Hello, everyone. All right, let's start off. There may be some misperceptions about what assisted living is. Well, today we're going to clear some things up and tell you how wonderful the assisted living is at Brookdale Ventana Canyon. That is where John Knutson comes in with this information. John, thanks so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
We're talking about Brookdale today. Can we kind of just get an overview of the senior living there?
Yeah, so Brookdale is the largest senior living company in the United States.
Oh.
We have just about 1,100 communities across the country. In Tucson, we have 6 communities, and we offer services ranging from independent living, assisted living, memory care, and some home services as well.
And I know right now we're going to kind of focus in on that assisted living. Like I said, maybe some misperceptions or people don't really know what that means when we say assisted living. So can you kind of give us a better definition? Yeah,
so one of the biggest misconceptions about assisted living is that folks are going to be in a confined environment or that it's restrictive. And actually, assisted living is really designed to provide the right level of support for our residents so they can maintain their independence. A lot of folks think of it as a nursing home, and so actually we rent apartments that folks furnish the way they feel comfortable, and so it really becomes their home.
So really, if we had to break it down and do assisted living versus independent living, what would you say is really the big difference?
Sure. So both offer a host of services like meal preparation as well as housekeeping. Assisted living goes a step farther, and we actually can provide services that support the resident on a personal care level. So many of our residents benefit from medication management, just making sure they take their medications as prescribed so they have the best health possible. And we can provide other levels of care such as dressing assistant, showering assistance, and items like that as well. And
I know we're looking at some of the beautiful views of Ventana Canyon, as you were just saying. And I know when we're talking about those misconceptions, and I kind of want to think about some questions that somebody might ask. So if somebody's living in assisted living, can they kind of come and go from Brookdale as they please? Can they drive their own independent car that they own? I'm sure maybe these are some common questions that you get.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, many of our residents still drive. We have parking spaces available. We don't want to restrict their lives in any way. We want to enhance their life and enhance their independence. So folks can come and go as they wish, just like they do from their own home.
Great. I think those are a lot of questions that people always want answered or have some questions about. But now let's dive into Brookdale specifically. What would you kind of say sets Brookdale apart from another place?
Sure. So Brookdale has got 6 key areas of life that we try to focus on. So having activities and engagements that are purposeful, that cover emotion as well as physical, spiritual, social, and intellectual. And so we really try to dive in to get to know who our residents are and provide the type of support and the activities that really are going to be of interest to them and enhance their life.
I love that. And I know you said 6 properties. We're specifically looking at some of the video from Ventana Canyon. Can you tell me a little bit more about this specific property?
Yeah, so we're nestled right up near Lowe's Ventana Canyon Resorts. We've got beautiful views of the mountains, gorgeous dining patio, as you can see there, and spacious private apartments as well as common areas that folks can enjoy and visit with other residents and family.
Well, I'm so glad that we're getting this view because you're right. It's absolutely gorgeous. We're looking at some of the common areas. And I think if, we're trying to cover as much as we can, whether we're talking about Brookdale or assisted living, some misconceptions that we were just saying a little bit earlier, but is kind of the best thing to do is to come in?
Absolutely. The best way to get a sense of what we provide in the environment is to stop by and visit. And you'll definitely get a different perception than the nursing home misconception that still persists. And
now if I do come in and I have some questions, do I need to make a reservation, or how do I let you know I want to come in, I want to look more at Brookdale?
Sure, well, absolutely. We'd love you to call and let us know in advance, but if you're just driving by, you can stop in as well, and we'll be sure to spend time with you and show you the community and answer questions.
And I think you probably also say if somebody comes in, bring your family.
Absolutely.
That probably is something that, your family would feel better kind of knowing where you're going to be living and making this decision together.
Absolutely. The more eyes on our communities, the more questions we'll get answered, the more perceptions that we'll be able to, answer questions to. So.
And I always say there's no wrong time, even if this isn't something you want to do tomorrow. This is something you can always come in and have that information. So no time is the wrong time to maybe get the information.
Absolutely. The sooner the better. You don't want to wait till a crisis has come up. You definitely want to plan ahead for this time in your life. So.
And I know we're talking about 6 different properties, and we'll actually cover a different one at a later visit. But this one, what a beautiful area to be in. The views there are gorgeous, including the interior that we keep looking at. This is a perfect place if this is the part of town you want to live in.
Absolutely. We have a gorgeous location, no question. Yeah.
I think that's gorgeous. Now, I'm going to make sure everyone knows how to get a hold of Brookdale so they can come in, get those questions answered, and of course take that beautiful tour of the location. John, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
This was wonderful. Now, everyone at home, you are invited to tour any Brookdale assisted living communities by giving them a call at 520-829-4582 or by visiting brookdale.com.